Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My name is Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It's Darren Bailey. He is the state representative for the 109th District, and we are going to talk about a wide variety of things. Might talk a little Thanksgiving, Darren.
All right. Let's
you
talk.
Going to be okay with that?
I will talk about whatever you want to talk about.
There we go. That's the kind of guest you like to have. I wish you'd have brought me a comb. This is all. I need to cut my hair like you. You're using like the number 3 or 4 right there, aren't you?
That's right, to keep it short. Trouble-free.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a ton of sense. Well, welcome again. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV, over in Salem on Channel 3, here in Flora on Channel 100 or Channel 25, depending on how you are watching it. Same story up in Louisville, up in Hartville. Appreciate those folks towards Effingham, actually Stone Ridge area of Effingham, Dietrich, T-Town, over in Browns, Albion, West Salem, Jeff, Sisney, Fairfield, all over the place. We're trying to get nationwide, and we appreciate you tuning in wherever and whenever you are. Also on YouTube, thanks very much. We're going to talk, this is the day before Thanksgiving. I appreciate y'all tuning in Wednesday, November 28th. Let's talk about some community events going on around the area. I'll take you off camera so now you can have a drink or whatever you want to do. It is November 27th, all day long today at the Flora Depot. You might think about this. The Flora High School Foods class, they are doing their gingerbread house display, and it's going to be at the Flora Depot in the train room, and it'll be starting today, actually starts today, and will run through December 15th, so they might get in there early before they start hardening up or something like that. I don't know. Are you a big gingerbread fan?
I'm not a big gingerbread fan.
I'm not either.
I like ginger snap cookies, so I don't know for sure what the difference is, but I'll have a gingerbread cookie every now and then just because it's the holiday season. Kind of like chestnuts. I don't like chestnuts either. But if you run across someone that's roasting them over a fire, hey, you got to eat a chestnut. You got to eat one.
That's right. Exactly right. That makes a ton of sense. But that'll be from 8 a.m. till noon, and then 1 o'clock to 5 p.m. all the way through December 15th. And on Saturdays and Sundays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. So take a good look at that. Over at Flora Gardens today, and I think this is all day long as well, or at least until they sell out. They're going to have their big annual bake sale, and that starts right now, starting at 9 o'clock this morning. Down in Fairfield, the Feed My Sheep Soup Kitchen will be serving a Thanksgiving dinner today from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. Everyone is welcome. Menu's going to be, of course, turkey or ham, and plus dressing, mashed potatoes and gravy, along with sweet potatoes, green beans, corn, rolls, and butter, fruit salad, and assorted pies and cakes. Have you ever been to that soup kitchen down there in Fairfield? I didn't know if...
I have not. The times that I've been by there, it hasn't been open, so I may drift down that way today because I've heard a lot of...
I didn't know if you had something to do today. They do... she does wonderful work down there.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. I'm aware of it. I know the work. I have not been... blessed enough to be able to stop by there when they've been in operation.
Yes.
So, yeah.
She does an outstanding job down there at Feed My Sheep Kitchen. They will be, again, serving Thanksgiving lunch today from 11 to 1. A couple of things you want to do tonight up in Effingham, they've got live music at Danny's Bar and Grill. Thanksgiving Eve music. They have been doing it for years, and they're going to have a big old live music show today. Same thing up at Mustang Sally in Effingham. Mustang Sally continues their tradition of rocking the Effingham Event Center the night before Thanksgiving. Mustang Sally's will be playing from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Effingham Event Center, and that ought to be a good time. This is November 27th. This is National Bavarian Cream Pie Day. There you go. with them setting November 27th as National Bavarian Cream Pie Day, you would think that would be a Thanksgiving specialty. I have never had Bavarian cream pie at my Thanksgiving.
I don't believe I have either, and I think you are correct. It should be.
We
might need to start a tradition.
I love the thought.
Yeah.
I love the thought of a Bavarian cream pie Thanksgiving. This rich and delectable dessert is possible thanks to the French chef Marie Antoine, and I guess that's Antoine. Yeah, Antoine Carlet. In the early 19th centuries, I'm going to teach you more about Bavarian cream pie than you've ever heard. In the early 19th century, Carlet established many of the French cooking techniques still used today. He's even given credit for abolishing some practices from his kitchen. One dessert he receives credit for includes the creation of the Bavarian cream. Perhaps he didn't create it, but he produced the gelatin-based pastry cream. Initially, gourmet restaurants and luxury hotels served them in France in the early 19th century. There you go. This is also, and this may throw you, this is National Taiwan On Day. I'm just
too much.
You probably don't pay attention to this, but I've got a lot of friends who on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, it's a long weekend, so they'll go to different places and enjoy a night out on the town, right? Well, they've made it a national day. However, with it being National Taiwan On Day, this isn't actually what one would think about Taiwan On Day. This is about aprons and cooking. It's always the day right before Thanksgiving. It's the day celebrates the apron as well as past generations of women who wore them, and was also created as a day to bring joy to the life of someone in need, to celebrate the joy of giving. How about that? It's about aprons.
Yep.
Who knew? Timely, exactly right. That's it's impressive, very impressively timely. What's going on television tonight here on National Taiwan On Day? In NCAA basketball, if you're looking for something to watch, the Thanksgiving tournaments do continue. Highlights will 10 a.m. actually starting right after this show on ESPN. It'll be Michigan versus Iowa State, and also that's at the Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlantis. Alabama plays number 6 North Carolina today as well at 12:30. Those are both on ESPN channel 601, and over at the Maui Classic will be on ESPN 1 and ESPN 2 all day long. Teams include Michigan State and Kansas. I believe Dayton plays Kansas in the championship game at like 5 o'clock, and that'll be on ESPN 1, I believe. NCAA football tonight. It'll be Western Michigan, the Broncos at Northern Illinois taking on the Huskies. That'll be at 6 p.m. on ESPNU channel 642. The Blues play St. Louis Blues at Tampa Bay Lightning, 6 o'clock tonight. Fox Sports Midwest, channel 630. Philadelphia Flyers will be at the Columbus Blue Jackets. That's also at 6 o'clock. That's on NBC Sports Network. NBA basketball this evening, a doubleheader actually on ESPN, and plus an extra game if you're looking for the Bulls. Chicago Bulls play at Golden State tonight. That's at 9:30 on NBC Sports Chicago, and the doubleheader on ESPN at 6 o'clock. Brooklyn Nets at the Boston Celtics, followed by the LA Lakers at the New Orleans Pelicans. I am here with Darren Bailey. We are going to talk about a wide variety of subjects. We're going to get his impressions on Springfield after having to live and work up there for about the last year or so, and we're going to talk about a wide variety of stuff. You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. Darren and I'll be back right after this. Stick around.
Looking to build a new hobby building, horse barn, or farm shop? Let Morton Buildings help you design and construct a building that perfectly suits your needs. We'll be there for you every step of the way, even post-construction, with the strongest non-prorated warranty in the industry. Plus, Morton's exclusive Energy Performer insulation system provides the ultimate in comfort and efficiency. To see our latest projects and learn more, please visit mortonbuildings.com.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians, an express lane, and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Wondering about the Supreme Court. Welcome back, folks. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. My guest today, it is Darren Bailey. Darren is the 109th District Representative up at Springfield, the district right here. For if you're watching this show on television, you're most likely in Darren's district unless you're in Salem. Who's the Salem rep anyway?
Blaine Wellhauer.
How they doing? He's new too, right?
Yes.
So you guys, how big was the freshman class?
The freshman class was probably a third.
Really?
Altogether.
Is
yeah.
that right? Isn't that seems kind of high. Is that typical, or was there a large turnover this time?
There were a lot of people that stepped down because of the 2017 tax vote, so not many of them wanted to go ahead, and some of them did, but not a lot of them wanted to go ahead and answer for that.
Probably a lot of frustration, too, at the whole budgetary process for the last 2 years might have caused a lot of that, right?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay, so the last time by the way, do you like my decorating?
I do.
Since the last time you were here?
Yes.
It's been about a year and a half since I talked to you. And it's a gobble till you wobble. You like that?
Yeah, no, you got it going on there. This is good. This is good.
I appreciate that. You moved to Springfield. Well, I guess you probably stay up there from time to time. After winning the election, we talked last time. I think we had talked right after you had won the election. Was that a surprise to you, or did you see that coming? Now that you've had a year and a half to look back on it, and I'm talking about the primary because you didn't have a lot of competition in the general election. Looking back on it a year and a half later, was that a large surprise to you or to people that you deal with? More of a surprise to outsiders to beat an incumbent? That just doesn't happen all that often.
Right. So I felt confident about it because, I'm out in the district, I'm out visiting people, and, you're just collecting this information and this feeling, and it felt good. Being a farmer, I monitor my crops all year long. You never know till you get the combine in the field what the yields are going to be. So I stayed.
That's a good allegory.
Well, it really is.
Yeah.
People ask me, what prepared you most for being in Springfield, and especially the drama and the junk that's up there. Well, I'm a farmer. You never know. You have a muddy. Look at the farmers right now that are still trying to get their crops out of the field, and they're fighting adverse conditions. And
I'm right there.
It's raining today. The wind's blowing. Some of that corn's going to lay down, but you're still going to go out there and get it. So, no, I believe I'm very acclimated. It very much surprised Springfield. The establishment was absolutely shocked. And
were they really?
Oh, they were. I received.
How was that manifested?
I received many. Well, Bruce Rauner. Cindy and I had dinner with him 1 week later after his race. And his inquiry was, we are just completely shocked and at what you did down there, because statistically, theoretically, it wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So the system got outworked, and his inquiry was, what do I need to do to ensure my success in Southern Illinois? So I told him.
What'd you tell him?
My wife's there with me.
The guy did win 100 counties or 98 counties?
Yeah, it was a slim win for him, because initially in the first, he won every county except
Cook.
Yeah. So, he only beat Jeannie Ives by 20,000 votes.
I guess
and she was coming on. She just simply got outspent. Is what happened with junk mail, which is the same thing that was happening to me. That was their game, to send out false mail, false ideas. If you see enough of it, you're going to believe some of it.
There was a ton of mail-in mailboxes in your primary.
Yep. But I actually told by then the governor had signed. By the time of our meeting, he had signed HB 40, the taxpayer-funded abortion bill, and I simply said, you need to get on camera and you need to repent of that. You need to change. You needed to tell the voters you made a mistake and you're going to change that. And he literally pondered that for a moment, and then he just said,
really?
I can't do that. So he said, I'll get chewed up by the people up north, that are kind of okay with this. The people, the same people, the Republican establishment that doesn't like our president. There's a contingent up there, and so that's what he feared. So
that's fascinating to me. I love the thought that Rauner you and Rauner are getting together to try to figure out how can I carry this area that you're probably a little bit more certainly more conservative than a Rauner Republican.
There's night and day difference on that comment.
On and call me Captain Obvious, for crying out loud.
I am part of the conservative caucus, which there's only about 9 of us up there.
Oh, really?
And they fear us. They don't like us because we're too conservative. Matter of fact, the HRO platform, the House Republican Organization platform, they have their own Republican platform. It's getting rewritten because it's too conservative. So our district is a values-based district, and that's an awesome thing, because I was able then to explain to Governor Rauner why I thought that. And then not only that, but about a month later, we met again. Representative Wilhauer and I met with him in Effingham, and he had the same question, and I pushed the same issue. And his aide that was with him, boy, his eyes got big, and I was just able to tell him this is why I believe what I believe, and this is what's wrong with Illinois.
Well, that's also probably you know your constituency. And having gone around, you learned, you've met people, and you realize the folks in Wayne County are like folks in Clay County,
right?
Like folks in Richland County, like folks up in Newton. How else were you surprised? Who else told you that they were surprised?
The whole Republican establishment. I received calls from the HRO. I received calls from the gentleman that actually put together all this campaign messaging, and he apologized. And he said, I hope we can work together, but you have to know when you meet me, because you're going to find out that I was the guy behind a lot of this stuff. So he says, we are, same thing. There's the numbers showed that there was no way in the world you or anyone could overcome what we did and the former
incumbency.
Yes, yeah.
The incumbency and the mail.
Yep. So we picked up a lot of respect. Several leaders in the House representatives, called and just expressing their, met with Representative Congressman Shimkus, met with him, and they were all just overwhelmed. And they knew, they were watching, they knew what was going on.
Sure.
They knew we were working hard. They knew the system got outworked, and so yeah, that's where we went.
I'm just I'm floored by that. I'm really kind of floored by the fella that put together the campaign because I guess being a member of the Republican establishment as he is or was, I don't know who it is, and he may be gone, may or not still.
He is.
Well, I was going to say he probably intended to work with you on your next election, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, and I know there's two factions. This nation's divided, and this nation's divided morally. And there's some people out there that say, well, we don't want to talk about morals. We don't want to talk about ethics. That's the problem. And that's what I've been able to present to the Republican Party is, guys, you want to know why we have finance problems? Nothing we do, nothing that's being done is right. It's all getting messed up, and it's getting messed up because we do not have our priorities straight in this state and in this nation. And until we return to that, if we ever are able to return to that, we are going to continue on a steep downhill slide.
Wow, there's happy words from Darren Bailey.
There's some heads out there exploding with that right now. But it's so truth. We outworked, but primarily we told the truth. We shared the facts. We told the truth. That's how the system got outworked. Yes.
That's exactly right. Folks, you're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I've got Darren Bailey here. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff today. And I'm just fascinated about the surprise because it was a surprise to me too. And I was surprised by the whole thing. You're watching Big Talk. We'll be back with Darren right after this.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
In 1949, Morton Buildings constructed our first machine storage building to establish our bond with the farming community. Since then, our relationship has grown, and so have our product offerings. From the smallest specialized operation to the largest agricultural enterprise, we understand the needs of your business and continue to evolve to meet industry demands. Plus, when you build a Morton building, you're backed by the strongest warranty in the business. To learn more about the Morton Advantage, visit mortonbuildings.com.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching. Welcome back, folks. We're on this one now. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My guest today is Darren Bailey. He is the Illinois State Representative for the 109th District, and he is also running for State Senator. We might get to that.
Okay.
You may or may not. I don't know. We'll see how that works. But we're talking about his reception up in Springfield. Okay. Sounds like you and the Republicans aren't getting along. How you get along with Democrats?
Trying to get along with them. So here's the deal. I am doing everything that I can to get along with them. To tell a quick little story, for instance, the final day of the session, and we had a brutal week in the last week of May. So the session was supposed to be out the last day of May. It went into an extra day, June 1st. That was a tough day. A lot of hard votes. That's when they had 19 cents.
It wasn't supposed to be.
Right.
You weren't supposed to be there for crying out loud.
Right. Well, they were having trouble getting votes on their side of the aisle for the infrastructure bill. So that was the big vote to that particular day. We're walking out of the Capitol. I stopped, held the door open. There was 3 Chicago representatives coming out, and they just paused and they said, "Darren, I want to let you know something. We're watching you. We respect you. We know we're as far apart as night and day, but we appreciate, we in whatever sense of the word you want to put it, they used respect. We respect you for how you engage with us." So whether it's on committee, I don't stand up. I've been, I don't stand up and demean them. I don't stand up. I try to, I present myself with respect so I can respect our area well. But the ideas are common sense ideas. But here's what I found out. Most of them are told how to vote. When you talk about this Mike Madigan, the machine, it is very real, and it is very well maintained.
They aren't given a choice because Madigan controls the money.
Right. So because 2 years ago, right now, right after Thanksgiving, or maybe it was before Thanksgiving, it was in November, we went up to all the new legislators, the elected representatives, went up to Springfield and sat in for 5 days of training, and it was awesome because they basically told us, we were all together. They told us how Springfield,
your whole freshman class,
the whole freshman class, and every meal, every breakfast, every dinner, every lunch. Cindy and I were at a different table, meeting with different people, and the attitude was all the same. Illinois is in trouble, and we've got to work on this and fix this. But January 9th, the first day of session, the air, it was totally different. That wall had went up. You could tell these people had been given marching orders. And that's very real because so when you say, are you able to work with them? Not really right now because we're in the super minority. They do whatever they want to, and guess what? They do whatever they want to. Yeah. So there's no working. So on my side of the aisle, many people on many of these votes say, well, we've got to give in to them so we can show bipartisanship. And if it's a bad bill, it's a bad bill. Right. Say it's a bad bill and stand up for it. But sometimes they can title a bill and it sounds good, but it's not, and most of the time that's to it's to a situation in Chicago, and they get a lot of good press out of it, and sometimes the bill really doesn't do what you think it is supposed to do. So that happens a lot.
The reason I asked the question is because whenever you and I were here last time, I asked you, I said, are we going to be a compromiser? Not a compromise. Are we going to collaborate? Are we going to talk with folks across the aisle? Are we going to, and you said absolutely, and it sounds like you're trying.
Yeah, it's more, instead of collaboration, or it's a relationship. It's just so, because I want them, and we had several representatives down here in our district. The last few weeks, I was only able to meet with one because I had meetings elsewhere. And even with the one that Delia Ramirez in Chicago, I met with her with the Farm Bureau group in Lawrenceville, and being able to sit down on my turf. When we went up to the last week of veto session, it's just the reception, the relationships, it was different. It was good. It was a good different. So
what do the I mean, 2/3 of the legislature is from Chicago. And you said that maybe half to 2/3?
Oh, no, 60%.
60%. You say that Ms. Ramirez came down here. How often will representatives from Chicago see the rest of the state of Illinois, other than the drive down I-55 to Springfield and back?
Once a year, whenever the Farm Bureau invites them. So the Farm Bureau there, once a year through Farm Bureau's Adopt the Legislator program, if you have that position filled, there's an invite made where a county goes to their district and spends a day, and then they come down here. And I encourage the Farm Bureau to, and they do an awesome job, but we've got to get these representatives off take them to the farm, show them what's going on. But when they Representative Ramirez couldn't believe when they took her down, a gravel road. They just literally like, is this? Are we still on? Is this a county? What is this? Literally,
no kidding.
Right. So that's what. A dirt road, a gravel road, take them down our downtown districts and show them all these empty buildings and what's going on, because, see, their districts don't look like that.
Right.
Their districts, the business is thriving because there's a lot of people. Take them to our empty, warehouses and show them that, this just closed, Airtex closed, in 2016, and 1,000 people vacated the area.
Yeah.
That is our problem. So if we show them that, and if we build, if representatives and senators from Southern Illinois can earn their trust, then we become, because there were a couple of big bills that I signed up as co-sponsor and talked to the other side, and it was a good thing.
Let's get a little clarification. You mentioned earlier that there were 9 members of your coalition, conservative coalition, is that in the House or is that in the Senate?
No, it's in the House. So essentially, 3 new representatives, Blaine Wellhauer, Chris Miller, and myself, went up there, and we had a very staunch message, and it's basically represented Southern Illinois. And when I say that, what that means is all through the progress, there were 9 representatives that basically held true to conservative values and voted no on tax increases, and because we're still being fed. We can, my platform from day one was education, Medicaid and Medicaid for our senior citizens, our nursing homes, our veterans, and our children. And then, infrastructure,
right,
our roads. And we can do that with what we have.
Yeah.
All the work that was done, a lot of people think that this work that they're seeing out on the highways right now is a result of the 19-cent gas tax. It's not. That's coming later. Yes, and we have to, so trying to hold, if we have tough times at our house, we have to make tough decisions.
Right.
So that's our message to the Illinois government, is to say, we're going to have to make some tough decisions here, and we're going to have to prioritize what we want to spend our money on, and we might have to give up a little, somewhere. So,
give me a little bit of the. Now, I think I've asked you this before. Well, I haven't asked you before, but I've asked folks before. Give me the day in the life when you're in Springfield. People think when you're in 8th grade, and you go up there and you sit, they bring you into the house, and you sit there and you look at you guys, look at about 110 of you, 118?
Yep.
Look at 118 of you sitting there, and they think, well, this is how it works, and these guys are in here all day long, all day. That's not really how it works, is it?
Typically, so session runs from this year, since it's when there are elections, then you don't come into session until January 28th. So our first day this year is going to be January 28th. Last year it was January 9th. And the session runs through the end of May.
Okay.
Then you have 2 weeks of veto session in November, in the fall. So a week consists of 3 business days in Springfield. Now, with that being said, the last 2 weeks of April and the entire month of May, it can be 24/7. It's all days. All days are usually blocked for session, and we had 2 Sunday sessions this past year. So a typical day, a typical week is session will start on. You'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday sessions, and I'll typically go up, spend the night on the Monday night. Session usually doesn't start until noon. So, and I'll find myself in my office at 7 o'clock, and you're sitting, there's over 6,000 bills out there.
You got things to read.
And I'm sitting there looking at these and trying to find, do I want to work with this? Do I want to try to block this?
You'll have folks looking to make sure they get your attention, too.
You got lobbyists continually circling, coming in, wanting to, and some people tell their secretary, I don't want to meet with this group. I tell people, whoever wants to come in and talk to me, I want to talk to them because I want to learn.
Yeah.
So then you have, so in the mornings, then you will have committees from 8 o'clock to up to 11 in the after. So then you'll have session. Then you have afternoon committees.
Yeah.
Now, if session runs until 7 o'clock, you still have your. There were times when we were having committee meetings. 8, 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that's pretty well how it is. Typically by Thursday, by 2, 3 o'clock. It's over with, so everybody then can head home, and then you're in your district on a typically you're in your district Friday, Mondays, and on the weekends.
So you have to get to the district. You have to see what those people were thinking too.
Right.
Is it more or less work than you thought it was going to be?
It could be less work if you wanted it to be, but I'm working it hard. There's some representatives that just you don't ever see them they're up north. You don't see them. People have a hard time getting a hold of them. It can be a pretty gravy job if allowed. But
that's what I've always kind of contended. Yeah. I've always thought people don't realize. A lot of folks don't realize how hard politicians work whenever they're actually working.
Right.
And it's you can, I guess it's just like anything else, you can make of it what you want, can't you?
Yep. So I could be. I'm blessed. My sons they got the farm under control. I could be out there working with them, but I'm telling you, we have problems in the state of Illinois. And my 8 grandkids, I am working my tail off to protect the future for them in Southeast Illinois.
That's Darren Bailey. I'm Bruce Dickey. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about a couple of particular bills that I have a particular interest in. Actually, I have a TV show. I don't know if you've seen my TV show about gambling. We're going to talk about that, as well as a few other things. You're watching Big Talk. We'll be back right after this.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
Looking to build a new hobby building, horse barn, or farm shop? Let Morton Buildings help you design and construct a building that perfectly suits your needs. We'll be there for you every step of the way, even post-construction, with the strongest non-prorated warranty in the industry. Plus, Morton's exclusive Energy Performer insulation system provides the ultimate in comfort and efficiency. To see our latest projects and learn more, please visit mortonbuildings.com.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Morning, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Darren Bailey is here. He is the state representative, a Republican, Illinois state representative of the 109th District. And we do appreciate you tuning in today. All right. I've told my friends who do have, we're not degenerates. There's a connotation of degenerate gambler. No. But sports gambling is legal now in Illinois, right? Yes. You guys vote. This was one of the things that you mentioned that the session got held into June.
Yes.
This was one of the things that held it up, wasn't it?
Yes.
Were you surprised that passed?
No, I expected it to. So, because people are looking at recreational marijuana, everybody's looking for.
That passed?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
Because we're needing money. You know, we've spent all our money. All the new money that came into the state, guess what? It didn't go towards the problems and the things that we already have going on. It all went to new items. So knowing
that's how basically where these vices are coming in.
Yes.
I mean, gambling, I will admit it's a vice.
Yep.
So I mean, people have vices. But it's the state taking its cut, I presume.
Right.
Okay. It seems like it's taking a while, and I'm going to ask you this about asking about the process. Illinois legalized gambling back in June. Indiana legalized gambling back in June, basically on the same weekend, same day, same weekend type of thing. Indiana has all their casinos and all their horse tracks and their off-track betting sites set up to deal with the sports book, with sports gambling. Illinois has not done that as yet. How does that work that they are so far ahead of us?
Well, it's typical Illinois. I mean, we have so much bureaucracy. It's accountability. It's what's wrong with our government. There is no accountability in Springfield. So the easy thing to do is pass a feel-good law across the whole state and say, well, we've did it. But the accountability process is not there. So, but with that being said, there is also a committee called JCAR, Joint Committee of Accounting and Rulemaking. So, and that is a complete bipartisan committee, and they make the rules. So, for instance, if you remember, back in January 8th, there was a bill that was sitting on Governor Rauner's desk that he did not sign to our gun dealers, gun dealer bill, and which is
the last days of his administration.
Yeah, so January 8th, Governor Pritzker signed the bill because they found out in the rules there's that bill if it has so many days that it can still be signed by a governor. So
60 days.
to today, that bill doesn't have its rules. There are no rules. Gun dealers. You remember hearing about all these gun dealers that closed down?
Yeah.
So they came out immediately right after the bill was signed and said, okay, by July 1st, you owe us $1,500. And now,
so they're still charging them probably the $1,500.
Well, they most gun dealers still owe $1,500 plus they have to have cameras and saves and go. But the rules aren't. All these gun dealers are like, well, what's going to be the rule? Because we we're making plans for our future and we don't even know what the doggone rules are. So that's so right there's an example.
So it's equal opportunity bureaucracy from both. I mean, since they say the rulemaking is bipartisan.
Yeah, and I don't know why they can't come up with. So that's something that's been languishing for almost a year, and nobody.
What gets one bill sped through that? I'm not going to ask about particular bills.
Chicago priorities.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, so they can set now. The state police, they are very so. Springfield is very DCFS. We've got 300 job openings, most of them caseworkers since February. As of 2 months ago, only 3 of those positions have been filled. I was in Chicago on a panel talking about that and asking why. The state police, they're understaffed. It's just a common occurrence that you don't get your FOID card by the time you're supposed to get it. So there are 25 plus thousand applications behind. These applications are literally piled up on a table. I've asked to go and see that, and I'm not able to. But they
don't want you to bring a fan in there and blow all the applications off the table.
But it's literally because we have a liaison, and if you don't get, you have to wait until your deadline's passed, and you didn't get so we'll call, and they're there. They just literally go back and pull it and send it, and it's a shame, and it's just the inefficiency and unaccountability of Illinois government. That's
now, you mentioned a lot of the Chicago priorities. I want to ask you about you have the movement. You don't, but I mean there's a movement around the state. Different counties have wanting to secede, for crying out loud, from the state of I guess kick Chicago out of the state of Illinois and make the state of Chicago. Now, that's a pipe dream, right? I mean, that cannot happen.
Well, constitutionally, it can happen.
It can happen.
So, and here's the irony: 70 years ago, Chicago offered this bill to kick. They wanted to be separate. So, just in a nutshell, it's a resolution that was set forth in March, HR 101, and on what that resolution does, it asks the federal government to consider this because ultimately
the government would have to admit a 51st state.
Constitutionally, the state government House and Senate would have to approve this, say we want this to happen. Then it would have to go to the U.S. Congress, and they would have to, both houses would have to. So that in and of itself suggests that it's probably. But here's the deal. Don't forget that in 1765, this guy named John Adams started writing these letters to the newspapers about this really goofy idea about split. So, this idea has been around forever on Illinois and Chicago. And not only that, but it's the same thing is happening in New York, New Jersey, Colorado, California, Oregon, and Washington. So there's a lot of, again, it's really all boils down to accountability, because governments come and they shift and they swing, and liberal, conservative, and there will be the day of reckoning in Illinois where conservative values, I believe, will be back in control, and we just simply have to get something done, because typically when that's happened, they have sat on their hands and they haven't did anything. So, and now that's what frustrates me and a lot of people about the state of Illinois. You can be as liberal as you want, but the facts show that we are declining in our education, our finances, we're losing people.
Now that leads me to the next thing I'm going to talk to him about. He's losing people at his Thanksgiving dinner. We're going to talk about Darren at home. Hey, you're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We'll be back right after this.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only, with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right, or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
In 1949, Morton Buildings constructed our first machine storage building to establish our bond with the farming community. Since then, our relationship has grown, and so have our product offerings. From the smallest specialized operation to the largest agricultural enterprise, we understand the needs of your business and continue to evolve to meet industry demands. Plus, when you build a Morton building, you're backed by the strongest warranty in the business. To learn more about the Morton Advantage, visit mortonbuildings.com.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk. Sorry about that. I just cursed in front of you. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Darren Bailey is here. All right. I presume folks curse a little bit up in Springfield. I know that you're not a
I believe man. You let your yes be yes and your no be no.
There you
share your integrity and you keep it straight. So.
Exactly right. All right. You've got a big. I'm going to get to it. It's Thanksgiving, and I always love, at this time of year, always love to hear folks, you've got a gigantic family. You've got several siblings and children and grandchildren and the whole bit. And you've got a nice place out there, all kinds of room. You hosted your party for your re-election. Well, probably not re-election for the state senate campaign. How many folks you got coming to your Thanksgiving? What is the special part of the Bailey Thanksgiving tradition?
Well, this year it revolves a lot around family. The special part is finding people out there that don't have a place to go. So usually within our church and within our Full Armor, and when we run into people, have some friends that don't have family, and we invite them in. But this year, most of them, we'll have just family alone, we'll have 25 to 30, and we've had up to 40 plus on Thanksgiving. Just my wife, she loves to cook, and we love to host and entertain. And when we built the house 20 years ago, it was full. We have 4 empty bedrooms now, and it was full. But that thing was dedicated to the Lord. It was just like, we're gonna, as an elder in the church at the time, and elders are supposed to love hospitality, and so yes, we're known for just throughout the year bringing people in and having dinners on special occasions. But many of our friends this year are not able to attend. We literally have one family that has taken up residence in Texas.
Here it goes.
And there's another family that's going to be visiting their family in Missouri.
You've got folks leaving. Leaving the state.
Yeah. I mean, so it's real. We all know it's real.
That's exactly right.
But I really didn't consider that until you asked me that earlier.
Well,
about who we were having.
I'm the only. I've got 4 siblings. And I'm the only one living in Illinois. We grew up in Illinois, and I'm the only one living in Illinois. And I've got several friends that are the same way. And that kind of leads back to what you're getting at, isn't it?
Yeah.
To an extent.
No, it is very real. And this fight, this whole journey really started around the fact that realizing that the lack of opportunity in Southeast Illinois, and I've got 8 grandkids, 1 on the way, so my oldest granddaughter is 6, so what is life going to be like for her? What opportunities are going to exist in 10 to 15 years when she's ready to go out? That's my goal, keep them here as well as all the other families.
Tell me a little bit about Full Armor for a minute or so, because I know we talked about it the last time you were here. That is still growing leaps and bounds, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So it started off as being a co-op for home students. It's a Christ-centered base of education. We use Bob Jones University curriculum there. When I started this process, so I spent 17 years on the North Clay School Board.
Right.
And I'm on 3 education committees in Springfield. So here's the beauty of this: public education is hijacked and held hostage by our state government. That's what's wrong. We've got good people, we've got good schools here in our district, but they can't. And I'm not going to say good curriculum. It's up to school board hires and fires.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the curriculum is hijacked.
Yeah, well, and the mandates. See, everybody, our administrations a lot of time are top heavy, but it's that way for a reason, because Springfield tells you what to do, and after a while, a principal or a superintendent can only do so much, and then they've got to enlist and bring in help. That's the problem with, and nothing's going towards the classrooms. So the understanding that, plus the freedoms that we have. We graduated, Full Armor graduated 4 students last year, 4 high school students, and every ACT score was above 26. Wow. So you're able to do something like we used to be able to. So my goal and mission for public education in Illinois is to free it up. There's no reason, but unfortunately, the government and the state says, well, we're going to give you this money, but you have to do this, and that has to end. Our communities, public education, in the days when Thomas Jefferson, helped establish it in the United States, was fully intended to be governed locally.
Okay.
The state, federal government got that, and so every time there's a help that comes along, there are strings attached, and it is killing the process.
What's your enrollment now?
About a little over 150.
I thought you were getting that high.
Yeah.
How much of that's high school?
Oh, wow. Probably a third of that. I think we've not a third of it, maybe 25. I'm a little lax on the numbers.
So we're not going to have the Full Armor basketball team.
No, we focus on education.
I was wondering when I needed to bring fiber to a gymnasium or something like that.
One thing we've been finding out is
you're not going to have the charter school gym like they do in Chicago.
Probably not. We still desire to work with the state law allows that if there is a class that we don't offer, that they could could take it at the public school, and then the public school is reimbursed for that amount while that student is there. There's a lot of neat, and there's the old Tim Tebow law that was passed in Illinois many years ago that says that homeschool students can play sports, but it's up to the each individual school to decide. Which totally understand that. So
let's I'm gonna shift gears entirely for the last couple of minutes. Tell me the differences. The campaign has already basically begun for state senate. The general election is next November, 11 months from now. As in running for election the first time for representative, you didn't have the Coles County corridor,
correct,
basically to deal with. What differences do you find in Coles County now that you're meeting people up there from the folks that down here, or is it just basically more of the same?
It's really the same. I'm going to say that the farther north you go, the affluency rate changes a little bit because there's a lot more business up there. There's more opportunity,
better ground.
So it's a little bit different, but in all, it's the same because the advantage that I have when I started running for representative, people really didn't know me. They knew my association with the farm and with the school board. So I had to get people to understand who I am. In a way, I'm still doing the same thing, but people really know we've made enough noise. I've had enough press. I've had enough coverage because of the ideas, the noise that we've made in Springfield that a lot of people realize, understand, and know who I am. So
that was going to be my next question. I was wondering when you walk into a coffee shop, say, or you walk into a business in Charleston or in Mattoon, if folks know this is Darren Bailey, this guy's already a representative, and do they do know you? Huh?
To more of an extent than when I ran for representative. So there's a lot of places people will come up to me and say, "Are you Darren?" But they're going to know me in the next few months because I'm spending a lot of time there, and that's what I love. Just stopping the car, walking through the business districts randomly, knocking on doors at somebody's house, and that's what we do. You give off the impression that you really do enjoy the campaigning part of it, don't you? I'm messed up, I do, and people. Well, so here's the irony of every bit of this. When our family sat down and prayed and talked about, and another group was with us that said, was kind of the back set of the operations. They kind of told. I said, okay, I'll do this. But I'm not walking in any parades. I'm not knocking on any doors. I'll go up there and I'll do the work and I'll cast the hard votes. And it was 2 weeks after my official announcement, we had our first parade, and my wife Cindy just like, what's the matter with you?
You weren't going to walk in parades at the state senate election, or the
the very beginning. I just thought, I'm not going to do this political stuff.
Your wife told you to do it right. You got to do it right, didn't you?
And she and after that first parade, I was out. I loved it. And I guess I've always thought that I was, more of a recluse, but I'm obviously not. I love being with people, and I love being representing them.
That's a lot of
because there's stories, and those
folks don't realize that's part of my job too. Is meeting new people and finding out what makes them tick, and that's part of what you do.
That's how you represent. You hear that I'm not carrying the ideas to Springfield to change the state of Illinois. I'm listening. I'm collecting. It's up to you, the voter, to engage with me, to tell me your problem, your situation, your opinion, and we'll mold that all together, and I carry the flag and do my best to represent the district.
We've mentioned the Illinois hierarchy a little bit over the course of the broadcast. We've got about a minute to go. Were you in? I'm going to try to figure out how delicately to ask this. Were you encouraged or urged, or did they look for somebody else to run for the 55th seat, or what, the Senate seat?
Assumptions, yes. They want me and our group out of there because we are threatening the power.
You're attacking their shoe.
Yes, we are a threat, and as long as doesn't matter if you're in the minority or majority, as long as you've got a title, you're in power. That's what politics, Springfield or Washington's all about, and that has to change. That's why we need term limits. We need at least term limits on leadership positions. We need to hold these people accountable. No longer should a representative be able to leave his position and go into lobbying. It's a mess. It's a sham. It's all the buddy system, and we're being held hostage because of it.
So in answer to the question, that's a no.
Thank you. I did say earlier, let your yes be yes and your no be no. So,
Hey, Darren, thanks so much for coming in today. I really do appreciate it.
You.
And best of luck to you. That's Darren Bailey.
Happy Thanksgiving. God bless.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. And by the way, if you, how do folks get a hold of you? What's the best way to get a hold of you? Online?
Online, my Darren Bailey State Senate on Facebook. Very engaged on that, and give us a call 618-665-4109 at our district office, and we can give you all that information.
Get a chance to talk to Jose.
That's right.
You'd love him. He's
Jose or Kylie, we gotta have awesome staff, and that's what makes all this happen.
That's true. The staff is terrifically important. See, now we're kissing up to you, Jose. There you go. Hey, folks, thanks very much. Happy Thanksgiving. See y'all real later.